What's up, guys? This is the Fat Bandit, and today I thought we'd take a look at Star Conflict. Um, it's a free-to-play game on Steam, and it's gotten a lot of hype just because it's pretty good. And anytime there's a good game that's free to play, why wouldn't it do well? So it's pretty successful. And I recorded this gameplay originally with some commentary, but through the magic of technical difficulties, I have to actually do my commentary now in post because my commentary didn't record for whatever reason. So here we are. Um, this is a gameplay that I just did, and we played some. What is it called again? Combat Reconnaissance, and it's basically just a VIP game type where we have a captain, the other team has a captain, and we have to kill their captain or else people will continue to respawn. So there's like basically unlimited respawns until your captain dies. So at some point you have to make a move for their captain, which you'll see in this gameplay video. My team did not decide to do it all, and I'm playing with a very fast but weak ship. It's a lighter craft, and it's his weapons, like the ship's weapons aren't that great. Um, the ship's shields aren't that great. It gets taken out pretty quickly, especially if there's enough focus fire on me. I get taken out pretty fast. So I like to move between cover. As you can see here, I'm going between asteroids, trying to just stay near cover, because I can't ever really take any enemies by myself. I will get destroyed. So in this gameplay, you'll see that at some point I really want to make a run for their captain, because it's just going to be a stalemate for the rest of the game, if we just sit there and defend. But I can't do it without a teammate, without a solid squad behind me. So I couldn't make a run for it myself. As you can see here, basically my ship is there to harass and annoy and irritate people. I do damage for sure, nothing considerable, but if you get enough of these lighter crafts shooting at you, man, it's like that one dinosaur in Jurassic Park 2. They're all really small and they look kind of like cute and look like they're harmless, but then there was like 100 of them and they destroyed that one girl and like ate her or something like that. Yeah, pretty much like that. We're like those little dinosaurs. We're like cute and seem like harmless at first. We're like, oh, look at this little thing shooting at me. But if you get enough of us, we will destroy you. So as you can see here, I'm shooting on a bigger ship and not doing a whole lot of damage, but just enough to piss it off. And I think that's kind of my gameplay right now, my game style with this ship. It's just to do enough damage to irritate it. I'm like an annoying little fly just constantly pecking at you, pecking at you, pecking at you, and this thing is probably just like, get the hell off of me. And over time, obviously, with enough time and enough damage, I'll do a considerable amount of damage. But there I got destroyed. So and on this first game, our captain got killed pretty quickly, which I didn't even notice. There's no clear indicator to when your captain dies, unless there is on the screen and I'm just not paying attention to it or I'm too distracted by something. But that was it. That was my one life, and then the rest of our team, I think, gets pretty much wiped out. I was taking a look there at how many teammates were left, which were 2. So yeah, this game was pretty lame to start off with because, like I said, our captain got taken out pretty quickly, which is kind of retarded. But I ended up playing another one, so you guys can witness that one. Yeah, this guy. Okay, so yeah, I also wanted to bring up a point, guys. There's no really reason to complain about free-to-play games. It's free, There's no loss. The only loss that you really have, if you really want to even consider it a loss, which it isn't, unless you're the president and your time is super valuable. That's all it costs is time. It's not like it costs any money. It just costs time to install it, to play it, try it out. If you don't like it, uninstall it, get rid of it, or just don't play it again and move on to another game. Go pay $60 for a game, whatever you want to do. But it just kind of irritates me that people will talk so much trash and just bash on a free to play game and go into forums and tell people, try to convince people like, don't play this game, it's stupid, it's a waste of your time, it's horrible, they're doing a horrible job with it. It's like, dude, it's free to play. I'm not losing anything by just trying it out, by playing it. And if I really, really, really hate it that much, or if I just can't find anything that is worth my time in this game, I will uninstall it, and that's that. But what is the point of going and bashing in forums of that game and saying how the developers are ruining these kind of games and all? I mean, like, people go on and on and on about these kinds of things. It's like, chill out. It's a free to play game. The developers put it out there to get their game out, to get their name out, to let you try it for free. The least you can do is do just that, try it, and that's it. Feedback or not, which I understand feedback. I understand the public's feedback. You want to be able to tell the developers or whatever, hey, look, you guys did a good job on this and this and this, and you guys did a bad job on this and this and this. That right there is constructive criticism. That is something you can do to anybody. You can do to game developers, you can do to your parents, you can do to any artist doing anything, is constructive criticism. You can give them that, and that would be it. But when you just sit there and bash on them and tell them how horrible they are and how much of a waste of time this is and how bad they've done this game and about how they've, wasted, time and resources and money to make a game that is unplayable and blah, 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 blah. Like, what are you really doing? That's not constructive criticism. That's not making, the game industry any better. That's not giving any sort of positive influence or giving any sort of, making anybody feel like they've accomplished anything. I mean, you're just bashing on them just to bash on them at that point. It's just for you because you're bored sitting at home thinking, oh, I can, bash on these people and they have to listen to my opinion. And they don't. They don't have to listen to your opinion, But that bothers me, and it boggles my mind when people, say things like that, say things like it wastes my time. It's time, Like I said, unless you're the president, where, you have to make big decisions and your time is spent trying to take care of America and, trying to manage all these things, then your time is what? Is exactly that. It's time. It's not, you're just a guy. You're just a kid playing video games. And that's essentially what video games are. They're essentially a way to pass the time. They're a way to immerse yourself, be distracted, not think about the stresses in life, kind of get lost into this fantasy world, whatever game you're playing, have fun, be competitive with your friends, and just have a fun time, basically. And that's what it comes down to. But all that factors into the main gist of video games, which is just to pass the time. It's just a way to pass the time. So even the argument of like it's a waste of time is kind of, in my opinion, not an argument at all. It's not a waste of time in any way, shape, or form. You've learned something from it. Actually, in a way, you've improved yourself. You've progressed. Your mind has learned something from it. Hey, I don't like this game, or I don't like this style of game, or if I were to make a game, it would be like this. Or if this developer next time comes out with this type of game, I know what to expect because of this and this and this. You're actually learning something. So even then, it's not a waste of time. Even then, you're actually learning something from a quote-unquote piece of shit game that you installed and regretted it for the rest of your life. You're still learning something from it. So, I don't know. I'm sorry to go on a rant, but it just kind of bothers me because I've seen it a couple of times, and especially for this game, which this game is actually fun. It's my first time playing it. I mean, I've been playing it for like about a day now, but, it's my first experience with this game, and it's fun. And how can you not say that free-to-play games are at least a little bit intriguing, you know what I mean, or at least a little bit entertaining or fun? If it's something that you're spending money on to buy, weapons or skins or whatever, that's completely on you. That's at your own risk. You're putting money into a game that is free to play. At that point, in my opinion, you're just kind of an idiot. I mean, not to say that I don't think microtransactions and stuff are good or bad. I'm just saying, if you're going to download a game and put a bunch of money into it and then get upset, it's completely your fault and nobody else's. There are plenty of free-to-play games out there that I haven't spent a dime on, and I probably will never spend a dime on because the fun factor of it does not rely on me spending any money on it at all. And that for me is enough. For me to be able to install the game and play it for free and have fun is enough. That's all I need out of a game. I think I've mentioned in other videos that, like, even with graphics, for instance, you don't have to show me the most technically advanced graphical game ever. You know, with like the craziest physics and the craziest, you know, looking stuff. I don't care. If the game has the most beautiful graphics ever and it plays like crap and it handles like crap, I don't care for it. I consider that to me to be a bad game. 9 times out of 10 when I play a game, you know, I'll turn the graphics all the way up just to see what it looks like, and that's it. That's all I do it for, just to check it out, just to see what it looks like, preview it, and see, oh wow, that looks really pretty. Yeah, it looks really cool. But 9 times out of 10, when I'm playing the game to actually play it, when I start investing time into it and start, you know, actually playing it competitively or whatever, or putting time into it with my friends, I turn the settings down. I turn them down to medium or low. Because to be honest with you, I would much rather have a much more enjoyable gaming experience and smoother with a smoother frame rate and everything than to look at the most beautiful game ever. I don't care about that. To me, that is nothing but cosmetic. It has nothing to do with anything practical about the game. Which is why even in this game, I turned down some settings, you know, like it had pretty cool explosions and stuff when I turned it all the way up, but it wasn't enough for me to justify, you know, losing a couple frame rates here and there. For me, that's more important. For me, it's like, is it smooth? Can I, you know, does it handle the handles, you know, and controllers pretty responsive? You know, is everything pretty immediate? Yes. Cool. Awesome. I'd much rather deal with that than, you know, looking at an amazing game. I think I just kamikazed that guy, by the way. But yeah, so you know, like I said, I'm sorry for going on a rant, but it just kind of bothers me, and I don't understand the process that people go through to complain about a free game, a free-to-play game. You know, and the other argument people make is, oh, well, you need to spend money if you want to be any sort of good at a game. Well, that doesn't apply to me. If you're taking that game very seriously and you're taking it competitively, and you're going to compete with that game, or you're going to become, you know, you want to crawl up the leaderboards, you want to become one of the best, you want to put your name out there for this game, then yeah, you're probably going to want to spend some money into it and invest some time. But at that point, you're already invested. You already want to play that game that much. For me, that doesn't apply because I've mentioned this in another video, but I can't handle playing one game my entire game lifespan. I can't do it. I get bored, you know. It doesn't matter if the game is the most amazing game ever. I get bored. After a while, I need something new. I'm really happy that this game came out and I tried it because it's something new. And not necessarily something new in terms of, like, you know, the entire gaming industry. This has been done before, but it's something new in a long run of shooters, first-person shooters, third-person, any kind of shooter, really. MMORPGs, any sort of puzzle games, you know. This is something slightly different, you know what I mean? And there's not a lot, and by a lot I mean a really, really good amount of, you know, dogfighting games. You know, I can think of maybe, I don't know, 3 off the top of my head. Like, but how many, for instance, first-person shooters can you think of? A lot. I mean, it pretty much dominates the gaming industry at this point. First-person shooters. Like, if a new game comes out, I'm almost surprised if it isn't a first-person shooter. So, for me to see this game and see that it's free and see that it's a dogfighting game, I was immediately like, yeah, I'm gonna download that. It's something different. I want to try it out. So, anyways, like I said, I'm sorry for going on a rant. I'm just kind of bothered by some people's arguments, but yeah, I enjoy this game. It's so far it's been a lot of fun. It's been really cool. You know, I want to eventually buy some more ships. Like I said, this is like the smallest, fastest ship, weakest ship. But then there's also like the big ships, which I haven't even messed with. There's the balanced ship, the default ship that you get, which are fighters, and you know, they're pretty much balanced in every way. They're not too fast, not too slow. deal a considerable amount of damage, not too much, but and they can last for a little bit longer than these ships. So I think right here at this point of the gameplay, I'm actually the last one left, and I'm trying my hardest to survive, but I don't think I do a good job eventually. Our captain gets taken out, so this is my last life, and I'm the last one. And I hit this, this is my special power, which is I become invincible for like 8 seconds, but then I die. That was my last ditch effort, and that's it. So, all right, guys, I hope you enjoyed that gameplay, and I'm sure to be doing another video of Star Conflict at some point. Until next time, guys, I will check you guys later.